Pleasure to be here. I'm the Executive Director for Anambra State's Small Business Agency. It is the state's developmental finance institution, just like Bank of Industry. Like they said, our core view is to provide single-digit financing for micro, small, and medium enterprises in the state, as well as provide technical capacity support to these businesses so they can scale to the next level. Since our inception in 2015, we have been able to disburse over $7 million, which is about 2.5 billion naira, to about 5,500 MSMEs across the state that are engaged in agricultural value chain, trading activities, cottage industries, logistics, services, all viable economical businesses. Apart from Yahoo, we don't fund Yahoo. So, talking about these SMEs, it's very important to talk about these SMEs. We've been able to create about 15,000 direct and indirect jobs over these last 4 years. And we've been able to create 15,000 jobs in the last 4 years. And we've been so efficient in what we're doing that you have some of these commercial banks in the States actually come to us to solicit our financing, our funding for some of their clients. Because they know we're effective in what we're doing, and there are zero bureaucracies. Once you meet our requirements and the funds are available, you get the funds. So micro, small, and medium enterprises is the engine room for any economy that is seeking long-term sustainable development. And so according to the international, just to give a definition on how they are categorized, according to the International Labor Organization, and as well as the Nigerian National Policy on MSMEs, MSMEs can be broken down into 3 subsets. So the first subset is called the micro enterprise or cottage industries. So by their definition, these are enterprises that have less than 9 employees and have a capital base of less than 5 million naira. Then you have the medium, the small enterprises. You have the small enterprises. Small enterprises are enterprises that have between 10 and 50 employees, 10 and 49 employees, excuse me, and they have a capital base of anywhere between 5 million naira and 50 million naira. Then lastly, you have what we call the medium enterprises. Medium enterprises comprises of Medium enterprises are businesses that have a staff strength of anywhere between 50 and 149 workers, and their capital base is anywhere between 50 million naira and 500 million naira. So once you pass this tangent, you are regarded as a large enterprise or a multinational, as the case might be. Well, that is how the ILO and the Nigerian policy on MSMEs have defined it. I personally don't believe this is the best way to categorize these businesses because it's quite ambiguous. I think the better way is to use the turnover of these businesses so you can identify them and classify them into the right subset. So, like as previously stated, MSMEs are the lifeblood of any economy. And the reason for this is because of its ability to generate. Because of its ability to generate employment, create wealth and reduce poverty, promote local entrepreneurship and indigenous technology development, reduce the rural to urban migration, promote goods and services, and promote income redistribution in the country. So over the years, Nigerian policymakers have, they've been thinking, how can we take Nigeria's economy to the next level? We've had several, economists, several business leaders, several policymakers put policies that don't seem to be working. But when you take into cognizance, the Asian tigers, India, South Korea, Japan, even in Africa, you have Rwanda, in the last 20 years, they've been able to take their economy from a situation of serious economic degradation to a first world country. Why is this the case? They had a focused policy on MSME development. So there are a number of reasons why the MSME space in Nigeria is not working. You know, there have been a number of interventions. I'm sure everybody's aware of what you know as UN, all these funding programs, the numerous agencies and institutions that pertain to MSME development, but we're not seeing any traction. We're not seeing anything happen. The reason for this, we know that, you know, there's a lot of corruption in the country, the infrastructure is poor, amongst other things, but when it comes to MSMEs, the lack of access to finance is one of the major problems. And another major problem is the poor literacy levels. So I'm going to talk about the access to finance. So finance has been, lack of access to finance has been a problem for MSMEs over the years. So according to the Nigerian National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, of the 25 million identified MSMEs in the country, only about 10% have access to finance, and that finance can be some kind of loan or an overdraft. So the remaining 90%, which is about 45 trillion of funding gap, do not have access to finance. That's a huge amount. That's 125 billion. So recently, the CBN has been trying to take proactive steps to remedy this situation. They recently passed a law where all deposit money banks, so a deposit money bank is a microfinance bank, a commercial bank, any kind of bank that accepts money as deposits, that they must have their loan to deposit ratio at 65%. So a loan to deposit ratio is, if, per se, I'm a Fidelity Bank and I have 1 billion in my deposits, I must loan out 650 million. So that's one of the laws they've passed recently, and all the banks must conform to this by 31st December 2019. Another law they've passed is they've limited the amount of funds these banks can place with the CBN, you know, for them to claim the money market funds. Although this is laudable, this is a very good improvement. I don't think they've really identified the real problems of why the MSME space is not moving in the direction. One of the main reasons, in my opinion, is the stringent, you know, for you to apply for a loan, it is hard. You know, a lot of the requirements and MSME can't meet them. And when you're able to pass that on, you find out that the loan facility they've given you is at 25%, 30%, exorbitant prices. So how do you overcome this? For example, let me just give like a broad example. If you have a company, ABCD, and it's looking for funding, and you go to a bank, like I said, they meet all these requirements, then the bank asks for collateral. How does a company that has an asset base of just 5 million provide you with perfected land documents? It's hard. How does this company open? The bank says, okay, it's fine, give me a bank guarantee. These banks, if you're looking for 5 million, for example, they want you to provide 5 million in cash. It defeats the purpose. Then another problem that we have is that we predominantly have with MSMEs in the country is most of the owner managers, the businessmen that own these companies, they don't plan effectively. They do not plan effectively. And why is this? Because of the low literacy levels in the country. I want to share a personal experience. In 2017, in one of our funding programs, it's called the ASBA microcredit facility, where you can access a maximum amount of 500,000 naira. Or if you form a cooperative of 10 members that have similar interests, you can get up to 5 million. So there was this cooperative that was engaged in rice farming. They met our requirements and they were able to access 4 million naira. So you can imagine my shock 6-7 months down the line that they come to our office to tell them that, you know, their pastor stole the money. I said, how did that happen? They said that the pastor told them that Jesus Christ can double their money in a few months. Is that not madness? No, it's not bad. And you get this kind of stories all the time. So I've talked about some of the problems. What are some of the solutions? In 2017, the Nigerian Senate passed an act called the Nigerian Collateral Registry. It's called the Nigerian Collateral Registry. Has anybody heard of it? One person. Nigerian Movable Collateral Registry. Basically, what this registry is, it allows MSMEs to take movable assets, and movable assets is rather than using your land. If you have a car, you can use it to collect a loan. If you this chair that you're sitting on, as fast as your own, you can use it to collect. So this can be a game changer. But as I've asked this question, who knows about this? Nobody's talking about this. Why? And this single-handedly has the potential to plug that gap, that 45 trillion naira that I mentioned, to plug that gap immediately. So we need to get out there, we need to make noise, we need to push our financial institutions, the CBN, government, they need to take a head start on this and make this into reality. And secondly, there's something called the Potter's Ship. And what the system preaches, it advocates for academia, that is university schools, public sector, as government, and private sector to work in synergy. Because once they're able to do this, they create an enabling environment for micro, small, and medium enterprises to thrive. Then thirdly, and this is one of the most important points, educating the girl child, empowering women. I tell you what, it's a game changer. You know, all our loans that we're giving out, it's mandatory that 60% of the funds that we give out must go to women. So of that 2.5 billion we're giving out, 1.5 billion naira go to women-focused businesses. I think that's something logical. Then you also have, I don't know, like I mentioned earlier, you have a number of funding programs. You have a number of funding programs for MSMEs, UWAY, this, that. You have a number of agencies that have to deal with MSMEs. And I'll be very honest with you, there are probably 20, 30, 40 of them. But what are they really doing? Who knows what Smith does? I don't know. And I work within their purview. So it's important that all these agencies that pertain to MSMEs, they consolidate themselves into one ministry so you can easily access these funding opportunities, this training, capacity training support and the like. Then finally, we must change the way we approach business model for MSMEs. I believe, you know, when we talk about Nigeria, we say, okay, what's our greatest asset? Everybody will say oil and gas. You know, we have a lot of mineral resources in the country. I say, no, our greatest resource is you, human capital. Once you develop yourself, the sky is the limit. Thank you.